service station timing is from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But we have been receiving requests from the vehicle users as well as people who live close by, especially the business establishment, requesting us to not only increase the frequency, the timing of the petrol pump, but also to include such other lubricants, which at the moment we are not keeping in our fuel station. But rest assured, over a period of time, we plan and propose to expand, wherein the lubricants will also be kept. We have plans in the offing to add few more infrastructure that will take care of the requirements of those staffs who are manning the fuel outlet, and also create a facility whereby we will be able to showcase the art and articrafts which are being made by the prisoners themselves. I'm sure many of you will be surprised when we have presented gifts to our honorable advisor and then to our DGP as well as to some of the prison officials, the Mora, which was gifted to them. It is not just an ordinary Mora, but it is a creation by the prisoners. So through this process of rehabilitation and through this, by way of trying to make them gainfully employed, even when they are doing their time, we are able to create at least something for themselves, so that when they go out, when they finish their terms, prison time, they should be able to have something with them when they go back to their family and friends. At the moment, we are utilizing only the TOGs of the prison department. As has been mentioned, it's just 1 month that this petrol pump has been made operational. We will be expanding by training more of our TOGs and staff. And the crux and the focus of this particular service station is to rehabilitate prisoners who have been released. So we are hopeful that through this initiative, we will be able to reach out to those people and bring about a sense of self-worth once they do their time in the prisons.
We wanted to do a lot of things in the jails, but we had fund constraints. So we were looking at how we can raise money. So I discussed with some of the staff when I was DG prison, and we came up with this idea that let us have a petrol pump which will give us revenue, some projects which will give us revenue. We also discussed about an agency for the gas cylinders and all, but because of the storage issues that did not happen. So I think 2021 or maybe 22, I had gone to Delhi. I met the chairman of the Indian Oil Corporation, Mr. Vaidya, and I suggested to him 2 things. One is to help us in sports activities, and the second thing was to set up petrol pumps. He said, okay, we will do it. I said, can you put in a message? He said, yes, I will. And by the time I landed up in Delhi, the Indian Oil Corporation officials from all over Northeast were running after us. We got a message from the chairman, tell us what is to be done. So this is how it started from the chairman of the Indian Oil Corporation. I think I will be failing if I don't mention Mr. Vaidya's name. Then we started being invited to the Indian Oil Corporation, started doing the work, and we thought that this is jail department land, so we don't need any permission, we will do what we want to do. It's jail department property. So we thought about doing these projects as Jammu and Imtiaz said, in Central Jail and in Sub Jail. We could have done it in other places, but the business opportunities are less. So if you are looking at welfare, you want to make more money. So we could not have made more money. So we looked at Central Jail and this place. And once almost everything was in track, someone said, "I government laga property ऐसे इन्हें कुछ government laga permission लगे okay, बोल लगा लगे government laga lage so I sought an appointment with the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Purio. So just on this issue, I said, sir, ये तो jail के petrol pump start to बोला ऐसे वो लोग अमंगल लगाई माटी ऐसे jail department लगा ऐसे, he said okay. तो ना है, so we'll give permission. So he sort of, on the letter that we had taken, he said, okay, one permission will be granted. और अभी bureaucracy being bureaucracy तो इसे तो फंसी जाए छे. You have to take approval of the state level land acquisition committee and all. So I'm also a member of that committee. Adhe jaise. So in that committee, all projects, all land which any other department, whether central government or state government wants, all these proposals are put up. तो तथे तो एक तो लगा माटी दीदी 5 करोड़ जाओ, एक तो लगा दीदी 5 करोड़ जाओ, ऐसे डबे लगा माटी तो हमें ही यूज कर बोले ऐसे और पैसा और आने लो. I don't want any money. I don't want anything. I will generate revenue. So it took like 30 seconds. It got approved, and then we started this process for these two projects. Unfortunately, the project for Central Jail Dimapur has still not seen the light of the day. It's a sort of a legal issue, but there is not even a legal issue because I believe that the village, the concerned village, had given land to the Nagaland prison department way back. We have almost all the records, but they are not willing to allow the petrol pump to come up. But I hope the success of this project, the revenue that this project generates, the employment that this project generates, and the convenience which this project, District Jail Dimapur, generates, it will make the central jail or the village around the central jail be jealous of this project, and that jealousy will drive them, okay, Kuruvina, Amakhan bhi Kurule bhala se. You know, it's just not a small thing that there's a project, 10 people doing a job, an auto wala will come to you, you know, a chai dukan will get set up. You are generating employment. It is not just one project. So people need to realize when there are multiple big projects which come up, the trickle-down effect on the economy is very big. I think we should not lose that opportunity. I'll take this opportunity to request, I think the Difu Park village, if I'm right, or if I'm wrong, whichever village is concerned, to please allow the service station in Central Jail to go through. I think it will help everybody in that area. It will help the jail department through the money and the revenue which we generate. A lot of good activities in the jails can be carried out. You know, one way of looking at it is the jail can churn out products through welfare activities which are cheaper than the market. All of तुम्हारा गरीब मानो भी ला पाओ, तुम्हारा सस्ता वाला पाओ. Whatever it is, you know, whether it is a muda or say chana or anything that you look at, you know, if it is cheaper than the market, the jail department will not look at making money. So it will bring some solace to the ordinary man who cannot afford things at higher prices. So that is the whole idea. I am happy and glad that this has started. Since this project is not only a profit-making enterprise, so I think I can assure you on behalf of the jail department also that things like adulteration and all will not happen here. You know, so the quality of the fuel which is sold at this outlet will not be compromised because that is not an objective. So whatever they are getting out of the commission and all, that should be enough. They don't have to sort of have a competition with anyone else to make more money. The private service stations do that. So that quality will not be compromised. How I wish I could say that all government departments should send their vehicles for filling here. If that was to happen, this will take off. They will get quality fuel. It will also save expenditure on things like maintenance of vehicles and all over a period of time. So it really helps, you know. Right now it's 6 to 6, but I think slowly when the work comes, I think it will probably work till maybe 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the night, because in other petrol pumps or service stations, the employees have to go home, but here most of the employees will be inside. So their home is inside. So it's easier to expand the timings over a period of time. It will take a bit of training, but I think it will happen over a period of time. Uh,
I'm very privileged and honored to have got this invitation to be the special guest in the inauguration of our petrol pump by the name MS Umit Prison Welfare Service Station, Dimapur, District Jail, Dimapur today. This enterprise is a unique venture as well as a pilot project for the Department of Prison. And for that matter, for the state of Nagaland, perhaps we never thought of having this kind of petrol pump attached to a district jail. But today, having accomplished our job, we have all gathered here to inaugurate and celebrate the success story of the jail department. I'm made to understand that initially the jail department, headed by DGP Sri Rupin Sharma, initiated everything that was possible by moving from place to place, by requesting different authorities, and ultimately, during his own time, this very project was accorded by the government of Nagaland, and for which our jail staff, concerned jail staff, and our DGP, I'm very grateful to them. Under a good leader, this kind of development can always come in. Like today, we have a good leader in the person of our Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Sri Purio. Just now, we have heard that he gave his ready accordance agreement to start this very project when it was brought to his knowledge. And he promptly gave the permission. In regards to permission to install this petrol pump, also in the allocation of government to the jail department. Under his dynamic leadership, we are able to bring many developmental improvements into our state. This kind of leadership is what is required in Nagaland today. Because of the virtues of his leadership, he is being able to continue consecutively for the fifth term as the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland. A very able leadership he has, a good quality, a good political acumen, virtues, all he possesses. And above all, as the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, I claim that he is a very tolerant leader. Why? Because very recently we heard so much talk about him, about his ill health, in the form of a disease. They started accusing him without knowing the reality about his health, that he is not in good health. He should discontinue his care and allow others to lead the people of Nagaland achieve ministry. He remained silent only. But very recently, he proclaimed in front of the Angami Baptist Council of Church, the function of which was held very recently, saying that I am in good health. By the grace of God, I am all right. By the prayer support that I received from the prayer groups, from the prayer warriors, from all of you, I'm all right. And in that way, let us continue to pray for our all 60 MLS also. That was what he said in front of everyone, and that has brought down all the disturbed dust into calm. Such a cool, such a tolerant leader that I really feel that he deserves to lead us, and then because of this quality, he is now leading us to take us to all forward ways, so that Nagaland, keeping in mind about the Viksit Bharat by 2047, our Honorable CM is well aware about this Viksit Bharat 2047. That means develop India. India will become a developed country by 2047, and with which we must celebrate our centenary of independence. That is the objective of the declaration of this Viksit Bharat 2047. It does not mean that the rest of India will be developed, Nagaland will be kept like this. But to achieve such a goal, to achieve such an objective, we need a good leader in the person, like in the person of Mr. Nipildio today. And so, I wish and I pray that God will bless him abundantly to lead us as now and for the days to come also. And under his leadership, under his tenure, this unthoughtful petrol pump also had brought to Nagaland through the prison department. I meant to understand that this is the first of its kind in the state of Nagaland, not only in Nagaland, but in the entire northeastern states. I don't know how far that is true, but that is the information I've received. And when we talk about Indian states, only we have in Madhya Pradesh petrol pump attached to prison department. One in Madhya Pradesh as well as in Telangana. The rest of the state are yet to install this very facility. So today, we have all the pride to say that Nagaland has achieved a milestone performance in the form of implementation of this pilot project into reality. Now we are talking about the accomplishment of this very project. So good, thank God for clearing all the hindrances and to make us to see the realities. That is what we are seeing today. But now another one will be in Central Chin. Today, my previous speakers, our previous speakers were talking about our Central Chin Dimapur. But what is the big issue? Out of many, one of the biggest issues is the land encroachment, land problem. When we sell out our property, when we sell out our land to the government, happily we sell out to the government. With that too also with condition, this and that condition, to bind the government to obtain more and more and endless facility. Of course, the government is doing its best to deal with all this greed. Now, I am told that a very big, a very colossal area has been allotted to the jail department by the government of Nagaland earlier. Now the jail department officially has not been able to occupy 50% of what was officially allocated to the department. Now we are talking about obtaining clearance, obtaining no gain certificate from the village authority and all. Yes, since it is within the jurisdiction of the village, for that matter, these communities are to be observed. But clearance or no gain certificate regarding land for use to install the petrol pump. See, all these are our extraordinary, but created by our public themselves. So, if we really need development, public also should have a sense of belongingness, a sense of magnanimity, so that developments, be it petrol pump, development of infrastructures, development of roads, waterways, all these, if we do not see hindrance, the government of Nagaland, with the help of the central government, is prepared to bring up rapid development for the welfare of the people. Now coming back to our today's program again, with certain objective, this petrol pump has been initiated. And this is somewhat under some experimental basis. Let us hope to see the continuous and a consistent success of utilization of this petrol pump by the concerned department. This is solely created with the objective to impart employment to the inmates for the welfare activities of the inmates. Our inmate